views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open University from our BronxNet East studios at Mercy College, where we keep you in the loop on current discussions in and around the community. My name is Tanisha Blanche and I will be your host for today's show. Today, a member of Friends of Moshulu Parkland is here to discuss an upcoming event that's set to take place at Moshulu Park. It will celebrate a new mural that was just completed, as well as promote conservation and beautification of the land surrounding Moshulu Parkway. Plus, we'll hear from a representative from the American Cancer Society, who's here to educate us on a campaign called Real Men Wear Pink, which is dedicated to bring awareness to the risk of breast cancer in men. This is an important segment you definitely do not want to miss. And finally, in light of recent violent attacks taking place around the world, such as Nice, France, we have an imam who will join us to talk about these troubling events taking place in the name of his religion, Islam. We will also ask for his perspective on issues happening here in the United States regarding police officers and minorities. So stay tuned and don't miss this new episode of Open University. Hello everyone, I'm your host Tanisha Blanche. A current theme that BronxNet television likes to proclaim is that the Bronx is not burning. And here to reiterate that is member of the organization Friends of Moshulu Parklands, Elizabeth Quaranta. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hi. So before we even get it started, let's clarify the name. How do we pronounce it? Moshulu? What is it? What do you guys call yourselves?
We call it Moshulu.
Moshulu.
Yeah, but I don't think there is a right way. It's Moshulu, Moshulu. It's however you feel like, that's how it should be called. But we do call it Moshulu.
Moshulu.
Yes.
Okay, so then tell me a bit about Moshulu Friends.
So Moshulu Friends is really grassroots. It's a group of community residents that have something to do with the area. We either work there or we live there, and we take care of the, we take care of the parkland. We make sure that we advocate for more trees, keeping it green. We do pick up litter. We also work with the summer youth program every year. So it is our gem in that area.
Okay, how did you get involved?
I got involved in a very natural way. I actually I am not a native of the Bronx. I came from Manhattan, and we wanted a better quality of life. So better quality of life meant having to buy a house in the Bronx because it was affordable. And we bought our house. We have a small business, and it's right on Moshulu. So it was very natural for me to become involved with the parkland, being that we do have social responsibility in the area.
So you said you have social responsibility. So this must mean that you guys have some sort of mission for the organization. What is the mission?
The mission is to keep Moshulu green in the area. We have a lot of urban development. We have a lot of buildings going up in the area, a lot of small businesses. And being that we have so many residents from all over the world, it's the one place where we all unite together. We walk around the area, we sit on the benches. So it really brings the community together. And so we want to continue to keep that space neutral for all of us to use.
Okay, so is there an age range for anyone that wants to join?
No, we do have families, and we do have children in the area that do like to dig in the ground. It's kind of a walk-in volunteer. So what happens is the friends are out there, and we do welcome anyone who is walking their dog or who is out there playing with their own child, and they come in and they help us pick up, or they help us advocate for a greener parkland. So it's a way to invite conversation between neighbors, and we do have a table out there once in a while, providing community resources. So no, there is no age. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's open to all.
So walk me through a typical day that you guys are out there working, cleaning up. How does it start?
So it starts out with, hey, what are you doing today? I have a couple of hours off. You know, I'm going to walk around. So rather than just walk around and appreciate the trees, we also have a grabber with us, and we have a regular.
What's a grabber?
A grabber is one of those sticks that you pick up trash with.
Oh, okay.
So we did buy our own that came out from our own, pockets. And then we do use grocery bags from the store. And as we walk and talk and we talk about what's going on in our own lives, we pick up trash on the way. We also make notes of where a bench is needed, where a bench is broken. We do talk about pathways that could be developed, so it is a very flexible time for us to just be out there and, and just keeping it, clean.
So tell me about this event you guys have coming up on the 23rd.
So we have an event. It's going to be located at Mashalou Playground, and it's right on Mashalou. It's right on East Mashalou Parkway South. It's the second community visioning that we've had. One of our missions is to actually provide better amenities on the parkland so that the families can use these amenities and alleviate a little bit of the use of the parkland. So I know grass is great and it feels good underneath our feet, but it is a very well-used parkland. There's a lot of dog walkers. We don't really want to take off our shoes and walk in that grass at the moment. We do want to stop spreading the erosion that we have. So by giving the community playgrounds with the needs that the community wants, it's a way to bring more people into those playgrounds. So this visioning is the second one out of 3. It's this Saturday, and it's at the playground, and the summer youth program participants will be there to help facilitate it, and it's just going to be a fun day. There is a mural that's going to be there.
Okay.
The mural is, there are 3 renditions to the 3 walls there. So the mural is not actually up. It won't be installed until August. But those that will go there on Saturday can see what it's going to look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we go, is there anywhere that people can reach you? Look into that camera and tell them where they can reach you.
We do have
this one over my shoulder.
We do have a Facebook page, and it's under Friends of Mashalou Parkland. It's a group. It's a public group. It's not a page. So it's open for conversation. And we do have a website, and it's Friends of Mashalou Parkland. But the best way to reach us is really on that social media.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for coming out. We really appreciate it. And make sure you go on out and check out your event on July 23rd. Okay, so we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear from the American Cancer Society to discuss a topic that you don't often hear much about. Stay tuned.
If you want to stay in the know about the latest happenings en español, check out Diálogo Abierto, BronxNet's own Spanish show, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. on Channel 67. The latest in news, arts, culture, politics, and what's going on in your neighborhood. Diálogo Abierto, the best way to stay connected in Spanish. See you there. Te esperamos.
Hi, I'm David Lesh, legal correspondent to the morning show Open. If you have a legal question that you'd like me to answer, please send me an email at davidlesh@bronxnet.org, and I will address it on our Ask Your Lawyer segment.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Are you looking for something to do this summer? If you're a middle school student at any of these schools, you may qualify to participate in the Bronx Gear Up Network Summer Academy at no cost to you or your family. From July 5th to August 5th, participants in the Bronx Gear Up Summer Academy study science and math or humanities on the campuses of Lehman College and Fordham University. Students participate in engaging educational field trips and workshops at the New York Botanical Garden, Wave Hill, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Lehman College Art Gallery. For more information, talk to the Academic College Readiness Coach at your school and sign up today. Remember, education is the key to your future.
Hello, good people of the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to A Life in Art.
Every Monday night at 9, we talk to the borough's movers and shakers about the latest in Bronx politics, education, healthcare, arts and culture, and literally any and everything that's important to the people of the Bronx. There's a reason why Bronxites have been turning to Bronx Talk for more than 20 years, because Bronx Talk is about you and me, the people of the Bronx. So we'll see you Monday night at 9.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Tanisha Blanche. According to the American Cancer Society, in the year 2016, about 2,600 cases of breast cancer in men will be diagnosed, and about 400 of those men will die. Here to discuss this very important topic, please welcome Lizette Dorado to the show. Hi, Lizette.
Hi, thank you,
How are
Tanisha,
you? Thanks for coming out. Thank you. So tell me a bit about you and how you got started in the American Cancer Society.
Sure. So I actually have a personal connection to cancer. Both my grandparents passed, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And I actually saw a position listed in New Jersey, and I applied. And since then, I moved over to the Bronx office, which is my my place of birth. So I'm very happy to be home. I've been here for about 3 years. The Bronx office is actually on East Chester Road. Not a lot of people know about us, but we're there to serve the community.
Where on East Chester Road?
It's 2426 East Chester. It's actually right above a big Rite Aid there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it.
Sure.
Real Men Wear Pink.
Yes.
Tell me what's that about.
So Real Men Wear Pink is a new campaign. It's a national platform that we are using to engage men in the fight against breast cancer. As you know, women are very passionate about raising money for breast cancer research and local programs with the American Cancer Society, but there's that missing link with engaging men. And Real Men Wear Pink is a way for us to engage community leaders and business owners to rally around the women in their lives, their mothers or sisters, to raise money for cancer research, to raise money for free wigs and local programs, and to do so by reaching out to their networks, their business networks. So basically, the commitment for a man to become a real man wearing pink would be to commit to raising $2,500 by asking their friends and family to wear pink throughout the month of October, and to help us push a breast cancer awareness message through their social media platform, which is huge for us, considering these business leaders have such a huge outreach.
So what do you say to the men out there that believe only women develop breast cancer? What would you say to them? What's the realization of it, the reality?
It's surreal for them. And you just have to believe that there is a possibility that it can happen to you, and you have to be prepared, and you have to be educated for when, God forbid, that does happen to you or anyone that you know.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about men here that develop breast cancer.
Absolutely.
So what about the men that don't want to go to the doctor? And how we know the typical checking for women, you're checking your breast for lumps. How would men check? How would they know if something came about if they develop cancer? Like, what would they feel for?
It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They should fear for lumps. I know an individual that kind of ignored it for a year, and when he went in, he actually had to go in for treatment for chemo because it had been so developed. And it's something that you can prevent. So by going to your annual physical, which is something that men don't usually do, and just being aware of your body. You know your body. I know my body. So you know when there's a change. So you always have to be on the lookout for changes in your body.
Okay, so on the American Cancer website, there's some causes that and risk factors listed as being contributing factor as to why men get diagnosed to cancer. Can you explain some of them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot has to do with your style of living. That is huge. You know, the way you eat, what you eat. Smoking is a huge factor. You know, there have been some studies about the environment, you know, different places, but that all has to do with your style of living. So, you know, one way to kind of beat cancer to the punch is to make sure that you're healthy and you control the things that you can control. Genetics is something we can't control, right? But we can control how many steaks we eat, or, you know, whether we smoke or not. So those are things that we have to think about.
Okay, so tell me about any upcoming events you guys may have coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, we're gearing up for our annual Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, which is the largest walk of its kind here in the Bronx. It happens the third Sunday in October, which is October 16th this year, at Orchard Beach. We have about 15,000 walkers.
Wow.
It's crowded, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been to many, many walks. As I said, I started in New Jersey, and this is the most lively walk that I've ever been to. So it's definitely a sight to see. We raise about $615,000 for free programs for the community. So this is something that we're very proud of.
Actually, I remember the walk because a few of my friends did the walk last year. So they were all walking around in these pink shirts, and I'm just looking at them on Instagram because I had to work, and I'm looking at them like, oh man, I'm so jealous. I wish I got to be there. They did walk down, I think it was the walkway on Orchard Beach or something like that.
Yes, it starts on the boardwalk and goes around.
Yeah, so I remember that. So tell me about some places where people can get in contact with you if they want to walk.
Oh, absolutely. So they can simply sign up at www.makingstrideswalk.org/Bronx, New York. Or they can just call us at our 1-800 number, 1-800-227-2345. And we would be able to help them, you know, in either form of communication.
Okay, is there anything else you would like our viewers to know in reference to cancer awareness, or, you know, just keeping themselves, just knowing their bodies and getting them checked out? Anything that we haven't discussed or anything that you would like to share with Bronxites?
Yeah, early detection is the best protection. That's it. You know, you go to your doctor, you speak to your doctor, you're educated about your options, and that will go a long way. Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we thank you for coming out. We really appreciate the knowledge and the insight. So make sure you come back and tell us after the walk how everything went, okay?
Yes, and I invite any community leader or business owner to take part in Real Men Wear Pink by calling our office. And
you hear that,
connecting.
City Council members? I'm challenging
you
to take the walk this year, all right? All right, we have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
I already knew that I was gonna go to college, you know, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm gonna get my law degree. Then I'm gonna come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined, it's gonna happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. the Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. Our next guest is here to discuss some troubling events that have recently occurred around the world and to educate viewers on why we see the religion of Islam being exploited to promote these attacks on innocent people. Please welcome Sheikh Musa Drama. Welcome. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you.
So tell me a bit about you and the religion of Islam. Some backstory about it people don't know.
True. Well, thank you for having me. I am extremely excited to be here. Beautiful campus, wonderful, staff you have here. I watch a lot of your shows, including hers. I congratulate you. I am not only a Muslim New Yorker, but I'm an activist. I run a full-time Islamic school, actually the only full-time Muslim school in the Bronx. Out of that school, we have several interfaith and intrafaith programs dedicated to making sure that all New Yorkers live in harmony. All New Yorkers have a peaceful coexistence, making sure that the next generation of Muslim New Yorkers will not follow the same destructive path that unfortunately have been experienced by the world. Our goal as activists is to make noise and to connect the dots and to educate and to agitate and to mobilize, and that is what we have been doing, and we've been very effective. And again, thank you to BronxNet for making our noises a lot louder, our voice is global. The status quo in terms of death and destruction can never ever be tolerated. I don't care what religion you follow, or even if you don't follow religion, the status quo is unsustainable. We were born to live, not to be destroyed. And our goal as Muslim New Yorkers is to take the lead in making sure that people understand, the peaceful nature of Islam. Islam is a religion that the name itself means peace. You can go to many verses in the Quran where even God said, when ignorant people address you offensively, give them peace. When even a robber comes to your house to rob you, the very first weapon you use is peace. The only time that you use a defensive mechanism if that's the only option available. Otherwise, use any other technique just to avoid conflict. So what we're seeing is completely the opposite of Islam, and that is why us activists making sure that we mobilize not only the Muslims, but also the media personnel and the politicians who perpetrate the narratives of Islam violence.
So, Mr. Drama, let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on some of the violent acts that has been happening? We'll start back from the first bombing in the World Trade Center. Then we moved to 9/11. Now we're here in France 2 times, less than 18 months apart. What are your thoughts on that? You being a Muslim, what are your thoughts? And I know I don't want to categorize the whole Muslim community because I would never do that. I know a lot of people that are Muslim and they don't have that train of thought. How do you feel about that? People that say they study the same religion as you. What are your views?
We've been taught that the first casualty of war is truth. The Middle East never had the type of interest, global interest it has since oil was discovered. The Middle East was the Middle East for thousands of years until oil was discovered in the beginning of this century. Yeah. Ever since, you have the convergence of superpowers who have no regard for human lives, who have no respect for sovereign nations, who have absolutely no goal of promoting peace. Their only goal is to go there and grab as much as they can. I Googled a couple of weeks ago how many factions are in Syria now. You have all the superpowers converging into Syria, fighting each other and fighting among each other. Why would they do that? There are other nations that need their assistance, their superpower mechanism, but they are not representing the same interest, the Middle East interest. So in order for us as Muslims to be truthful about what is going on, we have to start where the foundation is. The foundation is greed and superpower trying to oppress people in terms of stealing their resources. We're here in the Bronx. We have schools that are crumbling. We have senior citizens being closed in 90 houses. We have hospitals that are now in the red. Why would we spend trillions of dollars overseas for what we deemed, or what they said, is a noble cause? It is false, it is lie, and unless we're truthful to what is going on, we're going to continue, unfortunately, to face death and destruction. Truth is what we need to be, what we need to hear, and truthful people is what we need to have in the leadership. Everything is about greed and disregard for sovereign nations.
Okay, so in 2012, you opened a mosque. So tell me a bit about that.
I don't know about 2012.
What year was it?
2001.
2001.
Actually, on 9/11,
wow,
we started the first Islamic school. The same time, unfortunately, the criminals came to destroy New York. We were here in the Bronx, building New York. That's why it is extremely important for us. And we're very passionate about, the anniversary of 9/11, because while people are celebrating or memorializing death and destruction and hopeless and animosities, we bring hundreds of graduate kids that have gone through our system. Over 1,000 students graduate from a program called Interfaith Living Museum, where we bring Jewish kids and the Muslim kids to follow a program. And these kids have now a long-term potential to be friends. They will not copy the same dysfunctional relationship that, unfortunately, their parents inherited. So we started in 2001, not 2012.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry about that.
Not a problem.
So I don't want to cut you short, but before we go, is there anywhere people can reach you if they want to reach out and get in contact with you? Do you have an Instagram, any social media platforms?
Absolutely. We have a website called peacedecember.org. peacedecember.org. If you go to the website, contribute, participate, enlist. What we're doing is we are mobilizing the peaceful majority. In every nation, the criminals are so tiny, but unfortunately they operate under the permission of the majority, the silence of the majority. So what we're doing is that we're saying almost 95% of the world population, all they care about is, good housing and family structures and schoolings and infrastructure. The tiny viral evils must be silenced and peacefully eliminated. So go to peacedecember.org, join forces with us, because right now we are in 18 countries.
Wow.
Because people are now, for the first time, saying, we must listen to them because they are making sense. They're bringing people of different backgrounds in the table to have a dialogue, and that's what we want, everybody. Muslims and non-Muslims, as long as you're a human being, you need to join force with us.
Okay, so peacedecember.org, remember that, you guys. Well, that's it for the time that we have left. We want to thank you and our guests for participating in today's show, and for you, our viewers, for tuning in to Open University. And remember this, the world is a book, and those who do not travel only read one page. Again, I'm Tanisha Blanche. Until next time, Open University is out. Bye.